Okay, we are going to, I don't know how, let's see, is this gonna do it? Are we got it? Should I go like this? There we go. Look at that. That looks great. How are y'all doing? Ooh. So yes, at this point, I'm hot, sweaty, and nasty because I did go for my walk today. You'd be so very proud of me. I am getting back into my routine. It's amazing how your routine gets woohoo when the kids are home during school. I'm just saying. So it was really amazing. I do like coming on early, but there's also I also like to do my walking early. And because I have a teenager and his school starts so freaking late, I don't get to do either as early as I'd want to. So do with the schedule that I've got. Because you know my life revolves around my children. Like not exactly, but kinda. Okay. Okay. If you have a child in sports, anyways, all right, here we go. This is Coffee and Tarot. Sitting down, have a conversation with spirit, letting spirit kind of like talk about anything they want. They have the reins. We don't get to direct anything. We can ask questions all we want. They can answer it, they cannot. So we don't have any kind of control over the message that comes through. We're not coming into this with any kind of preconceived notions, parameters, time frames, questions, anything. We are going to get surprised every single time we sit down. Generally speaking, when that happens, it's a good lengthy read. So I always suggest grabbing your coffee because you need to pull up a seat, preferably a couch or like a patio chair or something like that, where you can chill and relax. So if now's not the time, by all means, I leave these up on my channel. You can come back. So on that note, let me just give you my little spiel. I know you thought that was it. That was not it. My spiel goes like this. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation to you is never to Cinderella it to make it fit. Okay? Fantastic. I am fixing things. You all cannot see all the cards that are over here, but my child got money for his birthday and he wanted to hide it, right? And he chose to hide it behind my deck of cards, my tarot cards. They're kind of set like this, like, and so it's so cute. Anyway, so if ever you see me pull a deck of cards and there's money behind it, just know that's his secret stash, okay? He does in fact have a piggy bank that looks like an ATM and he's got a code to get in, but he felt this was better. So, who am I to, tell him otherwise? Anyways, let's get to going. Ooh, okay. Whew, I am sticky because when I tell you, they said, "Oh, we're about to have a, because El Nino, whatever that stuff is happening." They're like, "Oh my gosh, the eastern half of the United States, like they're gonna have an early fall kind of thing, and it's already gonna start. It's gonna feel like fall weather." Can I tell you that lasted a day, a single day, because the thickness in the air, it's getting over 90. It's humid. It's just. I'm the air filter for the outdoors because as I walk, I pick up all the particles in the air. Just saying. I am the air filter. Anyways, let's quit yabbing. Ooh, why does that feel? I don't feel like I probably do pull this, but I'm really attracted to the pic. Hello, camera. How are you today? Are you gonna work? Are you? Are you? You with us? Look at that. Good Lord. Oh, I do not get this very, like, so infrequently. I love this. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Oh, I swear it's probably been about a year and a half since I got this. There was a period of time where this came through frequently. Um, but it stopped. So I'm glad that it's back. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. share more than expected, and see love come around. This is putting somebody out the gate. The offering is you. The offering is your personality, your your charm, your kindness and like it's like you are the offering. It is putting yourself out there more. I already like bing 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 bing. It is putting it like thank you. Um that whole sentence made no sense, but also it did. Um it's like the more you put yourself out there, the more you will get loved on. You will attract the love that you seek. But it very much feels like this is the love, gratitude, appreciation. I feel like people will respond joyfully, enthusiastically, kind, like in back. Does that make sense? That's what it's feeling like to me. Anyways, let's keep going. I just heard happy go lucky. I assume they're describing you. Silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. I think that more than anything is what they're talking about. They're like, they challenge you to unpack your mind and let go of doubt. Okie dokie. So there's a need to quiet the mind because there's this sense of if I put myself out there in whatever way, right? Like I know in today's society, we want to kind of like assume things like, oh, social media and this, that, and the not necessarily, like just in general, like in public. I know you know what it's like when you're in hermit mode and you go out and you act like it's like you got your hoodie on and the hood is up and you're like singular focused, don't look anybody in the eye, you're just doing your thing. You act so oblivious to anybody else, right? And I think a lot of us also know what it's like to go out and just be like shooting the shit with every stranger there is and when we smile, not all of them, some smile, you know what I mean? Like when we interact, we attract back. People are waiting for that opportunity. They're waiting for the invitation sometimes. And so you get to be that invitation, right? Um but there's something kind of like holding you back a little bit in your presentation. I just keep hearing, I don't know if I want to. Maybe you've been people in so long that you're just kind of like, and maybe you're fed up with a good amount of the population out there. But the idea, and it may seem like far fetched, the idea to really connect with people again, especially in the state that, again, the world, society, the country is in, all that, right? Like the probability of connecting with individuals that you genuinely want and desire to connect with, right? Um, but it is possible. There are other yous out there, right? They're looking for other thems. So put yourself out there is what I want to say. I think I think the doubt can go in a myriad of ways. Um, it could be everything from, uh, uh, it's rough and hard as an adult to find friends. It's not like it used to be. And when you do try to connect, you never have time anyways. And you hear like the words and how they're just sowing seeds of doubt and it just stops you from. So that's what they want to address right now. That's what they're talking about. And I'm not saying that you aren't wanting to get on social media either. Like there's so many ways for us to put ourselves out there, but I'm trying to make sure that you understand that they're in totality what they're talking about, and how your thoughts are sabotaging you from taking that step. And even if you were to take that step, those words of doubt sow seeds. So, like they were saying, happy go lucky, like the way in which you present yourself and the way that it comes across can feel so forced and uh, uh, um, not authentic. And so it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work, right? Um, and that only makes you want to hold back even more, crawl in your hole, so to speak. So, okay. We're not taking on change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. Yeah, things have to change. Things are changing and you have to adapt. And this is the way in which they want you to adapt. Whatever path, the way the path is shifting, hermit mode is no longer modem of apparatus or whatever, like, the mode of operating. I don't know why they're trying to give me. Anyways, um, it's not going to behoove you. It's not going to help you. Uh, so yeah, they're like, I just feel like saying they're like, I don't know, somebody's got a very perky, straightforward, um, oh well kind of guy because it was like, too bad, so sad. It's time. Like and you look. When we're resisting and they're like it's kind of like the idea of like sink or swim. Like, well, I'm gonna throw you out into the river. You'll figure it out. It's almost as if it's like if you don't start putting yourself out there and allow yourself to have this gradual growth, then they're going to force a spotlight on you in some capacity, which may shock you, make you feel like you're not going to have the choice. It's better if you begin to open up. So anytime they have to put the proverbial boot to the ass, and we're in the process of resisting, inevitably something happens that we don't like, and we get mad, and it feels awkward and embarrassing, and it's like, you always talk like you want to be a little more in control. Well, spirit's like, okie dokies, kind of like time to put your money where your mouth is type of thing. So go ahead and take control, start doing this. And whatever is and I dare I say they want me to go just shy of being comfortable. They're like, me, start putting yourself out there. And full stop. They don't want me to go, oh, what, start wherever it's comfortable. No, they don't want you to start where it's comfortable. They want you to, they want you, they want your big personality. And there's something about like some people think because they're introverted that they don't have a part or an aspect of them that's not big. And introverts are amazing at having very influential energy, that their presence can seriously influence. I know people who do not have this big flamboyant personality, who just by sitting in the room with somebody else almost gives the other person permission to feel relaxed and centered and present, and it does something. So like their energy is palpable, and it's not saying that you have to 24/7 be out there, but there is something about who you are and your energy and what you do that is meant to be center or influencing others to some degree. So, all right. All right. Sacred Travelers Oracle. Grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Well, we had already gotten that. I feel like the grounding is like literal grounding. Like, okay, center yourself because it's about to change. It's about to, like find a sense of rootedness within yourself because things are going to be shifting. It's like being okay with the flow. It is going with the flow. It is being adaptable yet still centered. Okay. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Again, kind of a little bit like you have something to offer. And it's almost as if like something about you that other people get to be privy to or get to come in contact with, or there's a aspect or facet or a face of yourself that can be a catalyst for others. Um, that is you pouring love out into the world when you are fully unabashed, um, with your energy, with your presence, with who you are, with your expression in whatever form that is. So in that sense, I was like, people are gonna love it, and that admiration and that appreciation and love and sense of community and connection will come back to you as well. And so it's again, yesterday we talked about it, the ten of cups, that reciprocal. Like it's something that isn't just for yourself. You share with the world, and therefore the world loves you back. Your environment, your community, whatever. Um, so this is again absolutely going from hermit in a sense of cocoon isolation to this reciprocal relationship with the world again. And they want the Night Sun Tarot. I don't know why they're pointing this out, but I'll say it. The stars in your eyes. That might mean something to somebody. Stars in your eyes. The stars are in your eyes. Ooh, the Hierophant. This very well may have something to do with. I think this is bringing something that you were always meant to live into reality, right? Taking it out of just the book of possibilities that the High Priestess holds into you into your reality, into the world. Also, it feels contractual. The Hierophant feels contractual. Um, for some, it may be like a role that you were always meant to live into. On the split, I saw the Tower and the Strength card, which kind of means like there is an inevitability here, a fated change that's inevitable. Again, I picked that up. It's kind of like either you can take control and do this, or spirit somehow is going to force the hand. Um, so Queen of Swords. So there's a bit of you that sees this coming. You've seen this coming. But you've remained in a very stoic kind of preparation is what I'm getting, because with the Queen of Swords, she's got that eagle eye view. She can see everything, she can analyze everything. It's more of getting a good grip and understanding of something rather than, again, the heart is in the cage. That's reminiscent of I'm still in a protected stance though. She's cautious, she takes precautions. But it's almost as if it's like you've got such a very good grip of what you're about to face. How to really maneuver, or there's a sense of wisdom, discernment, and full understanding. There might be nuances within what's about to happen that you're like, and again, we're talking about the change that life is supposed to take for you. Nuances, that you may not be privy to, but an overall understanding of the trajectory. But there you've stayed in the position of the Queen of Swords for too long, and that's why they're like, nope, it's now. And I think you've done it because there is a level of vulnerability in putting yourself out there, sharing and offering parts and aspects of yourself that you've kept to yourself for a period of time, you understand what that entails. But again, you are in a place, in a position of where you've analyzed what has gone on, what has happened. You have a level of wisdom and discernment. And so it's kind of like you can almost predict the different ways that something can transpire, and you have a better grip and understanding of how you're going to interact with those moments when or if they do arrive. That it doesn't require keeping yourself hermited and away from the world, shutting yourself down and not sharing aspects. Again, there is something about you when you share yourself. It's not asking to put yourself in harm's way. You are wizened. You have a good understanding. And the thing about the Queen of Swords is she can see like the next 100 steps. That's the reason why she's considered the eagle eye view. She kind of pulls out and sees the greater picture. And so, but staying in the analysis or standing at the precipice of something and not moving forward with your sword drawn, much like this, we got this the crown of thorns. That's going to create problems and pain in your life. So that's also the reason why Spirit's like, okay, no, actually, we're at that place of either you take charge, or we take charge because you're close to it backfiring on you and no longer serving you. Love it. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You've gained that other perspective. You've gained the appropriate insight that you needed to. Hanged Man is about getting a different perspective and going about something differently. Because of that, you will be able to like there's something less scary about opening yourself up. Um and you are a little bit there's just something of I know this isn't my first time go round. Um, it's almost like I've been through the fool's journey. And while I am again at the precipice of being the fool, I have a much deeper wisdom. And while the path is not exactly the same, the lessons have been learned, they have been integrated, and they do inform me as I move forward. So again, there comes a point when you can assess, analyze, dive into, and hypothesize. I don't know what they're trying to say, but it's kind of like at some point, this is no longer right. You've gained the new perspective, and that's going to do everything to change. But again, this has been a massive pause as well. Okay, your hands have been tied behind your back, um, but something has been ascertained, and so things can change, and they will change. That's what's happening. The wheel is turning. And I think that's the reason why they're like, "Hey, you can be at the crank or we can be, but this wheel is going to turn because it always does." Right? And so sorry, I got this thing upside down. All right, what else, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles. I heard onward, upward. This is forward movement. This is commitment, follow through. Um, it's the idea of like Seven Pentacles, something's finally breaking ground. And this is staying the course and moving forward. It's moving, going, and then staying the course. It's not start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. That's where the dedication and commitment comes to. It's now's the time. Pumping brakes or trying to kind of like bail on something altogether. Like I'm just going to go back to where I was. I want to go back to the start. That's not going to happen. That's not going to be beneficial. There is staying the course and only moving forward. And I get the sense that you have received periodically a message of rest now, rest now. because I feel like there will not be, while you will be able to take care of yourself, while you'll be able to rest, enjoy, recuperate, this massive ass pause where you thought, why am I even here? Because I'm not even living, will never happen again in life. You made such an immense change that it's almost as if it's like you were a completely different person through this phase. And um like the old you is but a memory. Like I can remember all of these things, but I can't align with any of that. Such a massive change. And this is where it's like this is like having a second life within one life, okay? And so there'll never be another major pause like this. I feel like life was like on timeout. Could have been years, years, literal years. Um, and so I think that you will move in your next life, uh, within this life, at a much more methodical, metered pace. Um, Always understanding and with the insight that I must take care of me first. And so there will never be a need to have this level of reset, regeneration, and reprieve in your life ever again. Um, yeah. 7 of Cups. You are about to have um, a surprising amount of opportunities come to you. We have the Queen of Wands, where because you've entered into this place within yourself, that things are now going to flow to you. And when you're on this major of a pause in life where like a whole system reset is happening, um, things can back up almost like a dam, you know what I mean? And once this is let go, like because I don't get any confusion whatsoever. I do get a comfortability with not knowing everything and things being an unknown. In fact, there may be an appreciation for just the journey at this point. I think that what led you to overcomplicating your life and burning out was having some goalpost you incessantly moved so that you never had again that moments of rest, of reprieve, of experiencing the satisfaction. And so the proverbial large goalpost is now gone, and it's just all these stepping stones along the path, all these little pavers, and it's like they're showing you somebody who steps along these pavers and is enjoying the beautiful flowers and the clovers that grow between them, and how the pavers kind of like go through a creek, and then you're playing in that, um, and feeling the smoothness under your feet, and it's like there's such joy the entirety of the way. And life before didn't exactly have that. There were moments, but the journey in and of itself was not what was enjoyable. There was satisfaction at finally being able to, you know, achieve a proverbial goal, but not, Good morning. Today, this is a general read, just so that you're sorry, I get to go in and I do not I have to there's a moment where it's like, okay, now go check, check the chat. And so I apologize. It's not, I do think I'm going to put one on though, because usually when I do that, it's called tarot demystified, where it's like you get to experience an actual tarot reading because sometimes it seems so like, ooh, so I do those. I probably should be putting one on here soon. I used to do that like at least twice a week for like the longest time, and then I had to pull back. And I know that I need to do it again. So just like look, like make sure you have it set for at least the lives, like like when that gets scheduled, and look for when it says tarot demystified, because that's when I'll have a list and I will be doing things like that. Okay. So I am aware. I have had people come sincerely, not just the bots or the ones that are just that like spam the chat, but I've had sincere people like, hey, are you gonna be, and I'm like, I know that spirit, like I told you, time to get back to that. But I like to, like a teenager, drag my feet when it comes to spirit sometimes, and they get irritated with me. So anyway, you're welcome. You're more than welcome to stay if you want with this. If not, have a great day. Okie dokes. So if I was saying something and I miss the point that I was saying, I feel like it's probably because spirit's like you don't have to wane on so long. Um Anyways, let's pull some more cards. But I do feel as though like this is the experience of it is going to be completely different because who you are and how you move and the wisdom that you have garnered through this pause. It's like there's like always that there's life before and life after. There's this point of like where once you can't unknow something. It feels like that. And so once something is so integrated that it's like at a cellular level, like it becomes secondhand, this very unconscious way of moving. I think somebody has reached that point. So, um, but there can be a comfortability in that. And so it's like, okay, go ahead and go out and put everything into practice. And you all know exactly this. If you've ever had to heal from something, and I hear this frequently with people, they heal through something and then feel completely positive and aligned, and they're like, okay, I have moved beyond this. They get out into the world and something triggers them and they assume that that means that they've not healed through something, and that's not the case whatsoever. Okay. Because there's a difference between healing and embodying. So real quick, I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again today. Just like with a cell phone, if you delete something from the cell phone, it doesn't actually delete it. It signals to the program and to the hard drive that this space can now be used for something else. And so that's why sometimes even when something's deleted and even when you empty out your trash can, it's not permanently gone. There are devices out there that can still extract because the memory is still imprinted. You have to rewrite something over top of it. And so the embodiment process, right, is that space where you are recoding, reprogramming yourself and giving your ego and your body and your cells a new way of operating. A new, like, it doesn't know. These are human aspects of the self. And so it only knows what has experienced, witnessed, um been taught. And so you have to kind of give it a new experience to call upon, a new framework from which you operate. And so you get through the healing process and it's like you're at the precipice of something it's time to do now. And it can be hard to walk the talk. This is the moment where it's not just, oh, you conceptualize it, you understand it. It's no, now it's time to put it into practice. And so that can be a bit triggering because again, even if you empty the trash can out, that old coding is still deep, deep, deep within there. You're just ready to rewrite over it. And the ego, because it is a human filter, a human aspect, only knows how to operate from what it has learned, what it has seen, anything from the past or anything that's currently present. And so when it gets tricked, when it is triggered, because its job is to protect you, it's going to send up flares. Um, that's that uncomfortability where you have to push through it. Now, sometimes the level of discomfort from the stagnation can be so much greater that the movement feels like relief. And that can be amazing. However, sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot when we wait to get to that point. It's like people who wait until they hate the person that they're with to be able to leave them. It's like, well, now you got all this that you got to, you know what I mean? That complicates the start of anything else and delays things. So, Spirit is asking you, now that you're at the precipice of this, to go ahead and take proactive action. Be willing to move forward. Page of Swords. I heard new information. New information. I'm not sure about what, but. Hey, Shruti. Yeah, I just saw the other comment. I apologize. It is. This is like a general reading. So sometimes I get really lazy. I do upload some. Okay. I upload readings. But it's such a laborious process to pre-record. And so I like to equally do live readings. Because whoever stops by, I do pick up on their energy. The energy feels differently when I do live readings versus pre-recorded. But also it saves time. A lot of time. It's like whoop, whoop, it's there for everybody. I don't have to go through the rigmarole of like the upload and stuff like that. Albeit I've gotten really good and my uploads are way faster than they used to be. But nonetheless, when you have ADD, you're like, once you get done doing the read, okay, and like you're off in another world doing something, and I will forget when you can ask people. I have over 40 pre-recorded readings I've never posted. Sitting on my external hard drive. So this is a way for me to make sure that I'm still making contact. So yeah, whoever comes through, and I hope that I always have something that people can garner from, even if it's not their read. Like there's something said along the way that triggers something that it lands, and they're like, "Oh, I needed to hear that." That's my goal. So, all right, Page of Swords. Let's get into it. New information. New information. This one wants to say something. It's probably going to be brief because the energy is not jumping off of this deck. It's the Archangel Tarot. I know a lot of people are like, I won't ever use anything from Doreen Virtue because I get it. She's allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants. I can still use this deck. I don't know about you all, but I know how to cleanse. I know how to infuse my decks with the appropriate energy and how to dedicate them through any other deity energy or workings that I do. So like I don't feel like I still have an influence from her on this one. And I just can't I just imagine her getting really irritated that she still has stuff out there that people use. And it kind of nice. It kind of makes me feel happy a little bit. Not that I'm trying to, but a little bit. A little. Page of Swords. Okay, Queen of Cups, the Magician, and Page of Wands. I do feel like heightened intuition, heightened sense of knowing and understanding. Magician does add to the you are ready. It's the idea that not only are you capable of wielding all the energies, you've got everything at your disposal. And so when something comes into your purview, you are capable of wielding it to your advantage and manifesting what it is that you want. Um, it does give this feeling of like life being magical again. And when I combine that with heightened connection to spirit as you know it, or intuition, or psychic insights, whatever you want to call it, um, it feels like being fully online is what I want to say. Fully in control of your capabilities. Having full access is what I just heard, and being able to utilize that. Um, it is giving like the sense of having being given the opportunity to put that into practice now. So that may be something when you were on your big break, going through what you're going through, you had at either like intervals, or it was like a signal going in and out. Like you didn't have your full faculties and you were not at the helm of those things. Like a lot of people don't like the term control or manipulation, but that's what the magician is best at. And basically, that means you're able to wield the energies that be. Uh, you're not controlling them; you're wielding them. Okay. News of exciting new endeavor. So yeah, information is about to come out. There is a new endeavor that's approaching. So in the realm of put yourself out there, I definitely don't feel like this is something that you need to wait on. But so either putting yourself out there brings this to you, or this is coming to you, and they're like, "Hey, we said put yourself out there, like really open up, um, be full and present and engaged, because it's like don't hide away from this, don't shy away from this." Okay, tell us about Page of Swords, Page of Wands. And again, remember, they're asking you to do what you've got to do to empty your mind to get rid of the any levels of doubt about what they're asking of you, okay? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. There's a fucking what is his name? Andrew on TikTok. He's an attorney. He goes, well, well, I can see that really deep voice. And I think he does it for like book talk. All the fantasy ladies. And that I didn't mean to say well, 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 but it sure like it triggered something in my brain. I was like, oh. So, anyways, neither here nor there. Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of focus. Okay, well, we've been discussing this. They've prepped us and prepared us for exactly what was about to come. They're like, okay, the reason we gave you the spiel before is because this is something that will be approaching. And both of them talk about an exciting new endeavor. One that's exciting, one that it's obviously a new area. It is news, and I did say you're getting in some information. So it's more like not maybe not like communication where we express something to one another. It's not like maybe a DM, although it could come that way. It's like information being shared of a new exciting endeavor is good for your financial matters. And it's entering into a new realm. Does not mean that you are not utilizing any previous skill sets and things like that. It just means you're taking it and applying it in a new area. So you're expanding basically. Okay. Alrighty. What about this? What about this? They're reiterating the clearing the mind here. Um, why is that being reiterated here? I feel like what I've said thus far isn't what they're trying to say. Hello. So we're going back to where you're at the Queen of Swords, the analysis and trying to see where this all fits and where it's going and like yes or no. And it's like you're really meant to experience this versus looking at it like, okay, this is going to get me here and this is going to do this. So like that's not the way to approach it. Um Queen of Swords, it is like clearing away the things that don't serve you. Um she's looking into a crystal ball. Again, you had some knowledge of this, and it's kind of like I feel like this is saying you have no need to worry because, as we said previously with the Queen of Swords, you've garnered and gained all the wisdom you can. You'll be able to move through whatever this is differently than you have anything before. And so you've got a level of discernment and wisdom about you. Um, Almost as if like you'll be able to see anything coming long before it ever reaches you that wouldn't be beneficial to you. Because now, again, this is not your first time around on the Fool's journey. So you're able to recognize it and see things for what they are. But it is also this idea of clear your mind because your mind is what keeps you from experiencing and living something from the heart and sharing who you really are, your truest personality in its fullness. I dare say you know how to protect that now. When it's warranted and when to close that off from people. Because we have the Ace of Cups. Again, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition. This can talk about a new home, but it is focusing on operating from a sense of love. Again, when that is closed down, you close yourself down. Dare I say, I don't know. I think I've had, okay, like, I don't know why I'm saying that, like that little phrase. But it's almost like when you love fully, honestly, and truthfully, you are living from your inner child. And so when your inner child is shut down, because your inner child is the part of you that believes in the possibilities and has the faith and lives into the magic of life, and will enjoy all the experiences along the path. When that is shut down, that those coincide with one another is what I'm trying to say. Okay. What else do you want to say, Spirit, about this? They wanted me to put that deck up. Okay. Star material. And then we will be done. The Tower. Righty. it's like the change is happening. Again, we saw it earlier with the tower. Change is happening. It's an inevitability. When you open yourself up to this and fully step into it and surrender to the changes and the pace and the fluidity of it, um, that's really what they're asking. You open yourself up. Um, it's happening one way or the other. Again, they are reiterating that. Four of Pentacles, but it came out in reverse, and I don't normally do reversals, but they actually want this to stick. This represents the stagnation and the stubbornness. They are reminding us that it's like it's an inevitability. So if you want to be stubborn about this, they will find a way of bringing about the circumstances no matter how much you resist, okay? Because sometimes with the Four of Pentacles, it's like, you know what? I'm good. I might be thinking about the future with that pentacle over my crown. I might be pondering, but I'm comfortable and stable in the present, and I might just sit here a little bit longer. So there's a stubbornness about it. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Now that's some sexy energy. I'm just. Oh yeah. Ooh, even sexier is the King of Wands. What? I just get like very palpable, yummy, exciting. Again, we know there's something very exciting happening. Like whatever this is, whatever the news is, whatever the information is that comes in, it's exciting. We like it. But King of Wands, now that he's BDE. Okay. King of Wands is that's some sexy energy. That's the I want it, I got it. I have my eyes set on something and I don't stop till I have it. Like this is like it's real sexy to watch somebody like start something, do something, and like conquer it almost, right? There's a sense of dominance with the King of Wands energy. Very fiery, not easily distracted. You know what I mean? Like if I set my mind to something, if I say I'm going to, then I do. There's something very hot about that. And then we've got the Three of Cups. So with whatever information or news that's coming in, it feels like there's it and we've talked about this before because it feels I don't know how direct this is, but it does act like there may be a directness to this. It seems like the emphasis and focus is on some kind of endeavor per se that is going to be very exciting. So it's like I don't know if the Three of Cups is referencing that because Three of Cups to me is it's your environment. It's the people that you socialize and network with. It's similar to like the community garden, right? Either in Lenormand or the Kipper, where it's like everything's social. It's your community. It's where you live. It's the circles that you frequent and interact with, that you're a part of. It could be friends, all of that. There's something very social with it, right? Um, Something very fun with this. And it seems as though in very it's a determination of there being success with this. King of Wands. Tell me about give me clarity. We are almost at an hour. We need to wrap it up. Ooh. There's something very, very yummy about this. Also, it's a bit of maybe a bit of a stark contrast for somebody, right? Like building yourself up and kind of like letting loose and letting go and not resisting any of this, because it's kind of like, when you're thrust into social situations, or you're thrust into having attention your direction, you're thrust, versus you going, okay, and opening yourself up to it, and kind of like willingly walking into something. It's kind of like there's just a different energy about it, right? And how you respond. This is something that is desirable. It's a wish. It's something that you want. It's something that you will very much enjoy. Um, Queen of Wands. And can I say the Queen of Wands is comfortable with attention and naturally garners attention. And that might be why you avoided it for quite some time, because you're like, I don't even want to deal with, because somehow you attract eyes and attention, and you know what I mean? And it's not always positive. Not always positive. Tell me about the Knight of Wands. I'm just gonna put this here. Tell me about the Knight of Wands before we wrap it up. This it very well can be somebody that brings the news to you. Because the idea of the Knight of Wands is kind of like um really excited energy, but it's a person behind it that's like kind of fueling it, moving it, bringing it. That's the energy of the Knight. It's not the Eight of Wands where it's like some event just gets thrust into your life. This is like somebody bringing you this information or news um about something, but it's like they bear news is what I want to say, or information on something. um Ten of Swords. uh this is like the era of moving away from old pains, and again, you move from the 10 to the ace. This is starting new. So dare I say, it's like it marks the end of a difficult situation at minimum. Tell me about the King of Wands with the Knight of Wands, please, and how that goes together. There's a piece of the King of Wands that feels like maybe this is the energy that's at the helm or overseeing, or the reason this endeavor, this news is even a thing. So back to the Page of Pentacles. Four Swords. Okay. 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 Something about the Four Swords where something, because it can represent vacation, travel, a reprieve. Something about this may not feel like work. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it is brimming with potential. There's a lot of potential. You may be a part of bringing something into reality. I do get a lot of clear, but it feels like the thing I can get with this is like it doesn't feel like work, because they're giving me the idea of vacation. It may require travel. I That's obviously not the case for everybody. They most certainly want to re-emphasize multiple. Hey Terry, dude, where you been? Thank you for coming by. I've missed you. How's work going? Four Swords, Four of Cups. Because I know you're busy with your career. Good God, dude. All right, Four Swords again. Don't carry worry, concern. Don't let doubt. Like just whatever you can do, because Four of Cups is kind of like that resistance. Like obviously, I'm not supposed to be doing what I'm doing currently right now. But when that proverbial comes from the sky, I also kind of like either don't see it, or I'm like too apathetic. I'm like, really, they want you to get rid of the remnants of the old mindset. Because when I say you have shifted, but there is a level of, and then Four of Swords does talk about comfortability. There is a level of comfortability. Gonna be honest with you with just kind of like meh, staying put. They really want to emphasize that. They're like, they don't want you comfortable anymore. Okay. I am gonna do another because we're almost done here, but I am gonna do another. I'm gonna do a pre-recorded one and upload it. Um, I like when I tell you, I'm just not good at the uploading right now. That's the thing I've got to change. I have to work on that because I feel like spirit's like you're getting on my nerve about this. They're getting tired of my shit. Honestly, Ten of Pentacles. Gosh, this. Okay, they're not giving me anything on the King of Wands other than what I've already told you. So it feels like this is just saying this has this leads into the last one. Like this colors the path ahead. Ten of Pentacles. This is mental, emotional, and material success, happiness, fulfillment. Um, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna leave it there. Because how do you top the Ten of Pentacles? And remember, I said you're not gonna enter. You're not gonna get into the Hanged Man energy ever again. Like whoever this reading's for, like for the remainder of your life, you're never gonna have a timeout like that ever again. Because I feel like you're gonna schedule your own. And so there'll never be a reason for the universe to put you in seclusion ever again, where you lack full control over your faculties, your connection, um, where you aren't able to wield the energies that are at your disposal, where you don't have the resources that you need. Like that's never going to happen again. They really want to emphasize that. In fact, that'll probably be the name of the reading. That's never going to happen again. Um, so, uh, yeah, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop there. Terry, go back to the beginning of this, dude. Seriously. Even if it's not for you, it's for you. You know what I mean? Especially if you resonate with what I said. So I will be working on another reading and I will get it uploaded because I feel like spirit's like, if you don't start, I just know spirit wants to like, you know, yank me by my neck and be like, sit down and do it. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. And I will see you guys at the next read.